1,000.
I have 1,000. Who'll give me 11?
1,100.
1,100. Do I hear 12?
1,200.
1,200. Going once.
Nobody was laughing by the time Ellie Barnes walked out of that sale barn with the paperwork in her hand. But they were laughing when she arrived. A 12-year-old girl, in her grandfather's oversized canvas coat, standing at the back of a livestock auction in Marshall County, Iowa, holding a spiral notebook against her chest, like it was the only thing keeping her upright. In front of her, in pen 6, stood a Hereford bull everyone had already written off. A bull the regulars had spent the better part of the morning calling a lost cause. A bull she had come there specifically to buy. Most people who watch stories like this scroll past without ever subscribing. But if you've ever been underestimated, talked over, or dismissed because of how young or small you looked, stay with us. Subscribe. This one is for you. It was the second Saturday of October, 2016. The harvest was mostly in across central Iowa, and the corn stubble outside the sale barn in Marshalltown was dry and pale gold under a low, overcast sky. The temperature was somewhere around 41 degrees. There was a wind coming off the fields that smelled like dust and diesel, and the faint ammonia of a barn that had been running cattle through it since 5 in the morning. The auction that day was what they called a reduction sale. A cattleman named Dwight Hollis, 73 years old, was retiring. He had run a cow-calf operation on the same 320 acres for 46 years, and he was selling off the last of his breeding stock, 64 head in total, along with 3 bulls. The sale had drawn about 90 registered bidders. Some had come from as far as Nebraska and southern Minnesota. Most were men in their 50s and 60s, in insulated coveralls and feed store caps, holding paper bidder numbers and styrofoam cups of coffee. There were maybe 4 women in the crowd. There was 1 child. Ellie arrived in the passenger seat of a 1998 Ford F-250, driven by her Uncle Ray, who owned a small feedlot 2 counties over. Ray had told her he would bring her, but he would not bid for her. That was the deal. He parked, handed her a bidder number 47, and told her he'd be in the coffee area if she needed him. Then he left her alone. She walked into the sale barn by herself. The concrete aisles were wet from being hosed down. Men were leaning on the steel railings around the sale ring, talking low, occasionally laughing at something someone said. A few of them looked at her. One nudged the man next to him. Another said, loud enough for her to hear, "Somebody's granddaughter got lost." There was a small ripple of chuckles. Not cruel, exactly. Just the sound of grown men finding it unusual that a child was walking the pens with a bidder number clipped to her coat. Ellie did not react. She did not look up. She walked past the first 3 pens without slowing down. She stopped at pen 6. The bull in pen 6 was a 6-year-old registered Hereford, tagged and papered, weighing somewhere around 1,900 pounds. His name on the catalog was Hollis Redwood 412. And the reason everyone had written him off was simple. He was limping. It was a slight limp, front left. You could see it if you watched him shift his weight, which he did often, favoring the right side. Word had gone around the barn before the sale even started. The bull was lame. Maybe foot rot. Maybe a navicular issue. Maybe something structural. Dwight Hollis, the owner, had listed him anyway, because Dwight was honest, and he wasn't going to pull a bull from his own retirement sale.